Welcome to What's Good with Joanna Michelle. We do feature local businesses, artists, and entrepreneurs here in Colorado. And thank you so much for joining us today. Kim Mangle is the owner and founder of 5280 Masks. We're lucky enough to have her on our show today. Kim, tell us about your business and how the concept came about.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and just being a part of all of the local businesses that you're promoting. It really is important. It means a lot. So thank you so much. So, probably like so many other people, my life was very different, prior to COVID. And in my pre-COVID life, I was a nonprofit consultant. So I've provided consulting to nonprofits for many, many years. And I still do that, but as you can imagine, nonprofits just got hit very hard in this pandemic. And so, my nonprofit consulting work really slowed down. And while that was all happening, COVID was ramping up. And I had a friend reach out to me who works for Kaiser, and she said, we need masks for our healthcare workers. And so she said, if anyone has any sewing skills, we're looking for people to donate some masks. And so I got out my old sewing machine. It's like a vintage 1952 Singer sewing machine that used to belong to my grandmother, and pulled it out of the basement I had a tub of fabric that, had been hanging out in my basement. And I just started sewing masks for Kaiser, and I donated a bunch to Kaiser, and then I made a bunch for myself and my family. And then people just started asking, hey, could you make some masks for me? We need masks. And soon it just got to be a lot of requests. And I was like, I'm just going to start an Etsy page just to keep track of all of this. And the next thing I knew, it was just like people were ordering masks all over the country. I've gotten orders from other countries. And so, yeah, I started out by making face masks, just really practical, cute, double-sided reversible face masks, and have since expanded to a few other products as well.
Well, that is amazing because one of the things that we do like to highlight with any of our entrepreneurs or businesses that are on the show with us is how their business flow has changed due to COVID. But it sounds like you're the entrepreneur that kind of started this in lieu of COVID.
Right.
So definitely there was a huge need for masks. On a previous episode, we had my mom's mask project feature in what she was doing with her masks and sewing skills. So that's amazing. And there was a lot of a community outreach and efforts to come together for those masks when we were short on PPE. Yeah, it was really a dire need for the frontline workers for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us, how long have you actually been in business, Kim? You
Yeah.
started.
I started it in about August, kind of officially. I think I started my Etsy page in August, and yeah, so it's only been what, 6 months or so, 5 months, I think. So not very long, but it's been amazing. And
Yeah. And
yeah,
people can find your mask. You're in a couple of coffee shops. And I know you and I had discussed a little bit more about that community component in your
yeah.
business. If you want to let the audience know about that as well, I think that would be a great.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with my nonprofit consulting kind of background, and my whole career has been in nonprofits, so I'm very community minded, and I'm always thinking about how can I give back and give to my community. Anyway, so a couple things. One is that, our local restaurants are hurting too, all of our local businesses. And so I reached out to one of our local coffee shops here in Golden. It's just a really great little coffee shop called Windy Saddle Cafe. And I just said, hey, people need masks. Would you be willing to sell them in your cafe? And they were so gracious, and they were like, yeah, bring them on over. And so I was able to give them a really good wholesale price so that they also get a percentage of the sales to support the
Yeah.
business. And then I got into another coffee shop called Cafe 13. Both of those coffee shops are awesome local businesses. Both are women owned, and they're just great little community hubs. And then the third retail location, and actually, unfortunately, just because of COVID, we had to close that one. But the Golden Visitor Center is a nonprofit here in Golden. They're one of my nonprofit clients. They were last year, and they provide all of our visitors to Golden information about what to do in Golden, how to support local businesses, but then they wanted to make sure visitors were safe. So we started selling my masks there in the visitor center, and I was donating back $5 from every mask to the Golden Visitor Center. And then the other cause that is very near and dear to my heart is Black Lives Matter and racial justice. And so I started making some Black Lives Matter masks, and I've been donating a percentage of those sales to Black Lives Matter 5280.
That's very cool, Kim. And thank you so much for all of that. Yes, your retail locations are in the Golden area. And I used to be out there a ton when I used to work for Human Services, Jefferson County. So that's awesome to hear that those little coffee shops are partnering up with you on those masks, and that you're helping them a little bit with a little bit of the profit. Black Lives Matter is definitely something that's close to my heart as well. So I'm so excited about that, and your continued journey on with the mask. So, last but not least, we want to make sure that everyone knows how to order your masks. I know you mentioned your Etsy page and we mentioned the retail locations. How else can people connect with you if they want to order masks or other products that you're currently
Do you want me to
offering?
show you a couple products? Do we have
Yeah.
time to do that? I have
Oh,
some right.
yeah.
I just
Definitely.
to show some. So you can order my products on my Etsy page, which is you go to etsy.com/shop/5280 masks. And then I also have a website, 5280masks.com. So if you just want to go there, you can find more information. But yeah, so I'll show you a couple of samples. So, and these aren't ironed yet because I just kind of pulled them out of the dryer this morning. But this is an example of the type of mask that I make. They're reversible, so they're super fun because you can wear them either way. And they can be made with a nose piece. This one has a little nose piece, so they stay nice and tight on your face. So that's a sample of a mask. I have a ton here, but I also make these really fun little drawstring bags that are perfect for like carrying, your phone. I sell this little mask spray, which is like a partnered with Spinster Sisters. They're a local company here in Golden. It's just like a refreshing smell that you can spray in your mask. And then I also have this is an example of my Black Lives Matter. This is a little backpack actually, and then it has one of those
Oh,
bags. So the bag, and then I have a little backpack, which this is what the backpack looks like when it's open. This one's the Ruth Bader Ginsburg collar.
very cool.
And then the last thing I've been selling are these little eye pillows. These are lavender, organic lavender. This one's velvet. And then I make them in satin. You just can heat them up in the microwave and or stick them in the freezer, and they're awesome. So those
I'm
are
kind of excited about those.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
so nice. This one is in a minky fleece. They're really,
Oh,
really, I think we all need more
yeah,
visualization right now. So yeah.
definitely. Definitely. Well, thanks so much, Kim. And we'll be sure to put your information in the description box below. And Kim has a special deal for anyone that's watching this episode. Kim, you want to tell everyone about what you have for
Yeah.
us?
Well, I'd love to kind of give anyone who sees this show, just use the code What's Good at your checkout on my Etsy page. So just What's Good, all one word, no apostrophe, and you'll get 20% off on your order.
Oh, thanks so much, Kim. That's going to be awesome for all of our viewers. We really appreciate it. So thank you so much for being on our show, and we look forward to supporting you and 5280 Masks.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Our pleasure.